Hey YouTube, it's Alex, and I'm here to do my third episode of I Hear the Meta Calling. Now, it's not going to go for the current meta, it's going to go back one format to where Inzektor's and windups were pretty much reigning: locals, YCS, regionals, nationals, all of that. But I got some cards that were completely overlooked, probably not even thought of, not even played. They're probably wouldn't have been as good to side in as, let's say, Max C was, but they'd make for some interesting plays depending on which deck you were using. So I'm gonna go right into it. The first one is this card, the Elephant Statue of Disaster. Now it is an Earth, level 3, it's a rock, and its effect reads: when this card is sent directly from your hand to the graveyard by an effect of a card controlled by your opponent, inflict 2,000 points of damage to your opponent's life points. What this means is, if you're going against windups, which was was for a lot of cases everywhere last format, or even Dark Worlds, and you side in 3 of these, and you open with them, they loop you, boom, they take 2,000 first turn. Now, it's not as good as Max C, where you drop Max C and you plus, but let's say you were running Chain Burn, this gets your Chain Burn off even if they're looping you. Or let's say if you're running Rock Stun, since it's a rock and it would go to the grave, it would add up for your Solidarity plays, and for now your Block Golem plays. It also has 1500 attack and 0 defense, so it's not really a good card to be playing on the field, but as long as it's sitting in your hand and you know it's eventually going to get dropped by your opponent's card effect, it's kind of a good card. There's another one called the Elephant Statue of Blessing. I think it increases your life points instead of decreasing theirs, which I don't see as much of a plus unless you have gone second and they're going for an OTK after making you discard its more again. That would be better against Dark Worlds over windups. But since windups aren't seeing much looping anymore, I mean, they still do the loop for like 2 or 3 cards, I think it is, but they can't go for your whole hand. So this could still be a live card, this format. If you see a lot of Dark Worlds play at your locals, I wouldn't really count on it at regionals as being like a huge card to consider, but you know, it'd be awesome to toy around with and just see how it plays out. And the other card is from Magic Ruler, Electric Snake. It is a level 3 light thunder type, and its effect reads: when this card is sent directly from your hand to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can draw 2 cards from your deck. This is a little better than Elephant Statue of Disaster because instead of doing damage, you get to plus 2. It has okay, both of these cards are level 3, which makes good for Exceeds, because then you can go into your Levier, you can go into your Zen Mains, you can go into etc, etc, etc. But this card I like. For now, it's good because if you're siding it against Dark World and you're playing the new Thunder deck that's out there, the one that plays the Pa, Ma, and Sis, this could definitely add to your Exceed plays, as long as, and then also when you drop it, you draw 2, which is good. It's still not as good as Max C. Like, let's say you got your hand looped, you had odds of it being 3 in your hand and they loop your whole hand, you plus 6 off of it. But I think with Max C, you probably plus a little more. They do a lot of summoning. You probably plus 9, plus 10 off Max C, but it's still not a bad card. I'm not surprised a lot of people looked over it. It's just a Magic Ruler common, and this is the only copy I have. It's really beat up, and I came across it just 20 minutes ago. I was looking through my cards to find a card for my Junk Doppel deck, which I'm testing different ways out because I don't like the way I had it built, but that's a whole different story. And I came across this and I was like, I haven't seen that card in a long time. So I read its effect, and this card could help you out a lot, like against Dark Worlds. Like a lot of Dark World decks, they don't like to just focus on discarding themselves. They like to make you lose out on the deal too. They like to make you discard, make you lose out. So game 2, you side 3 of these in, and whatever else you have against Dark Worlds, and then you open with one of these. Like, it saves you from discarding too much and not having very much of a hand presence. It's really good for that, like keeping that hand presence there. It's like this common card you could probably buy off Troll and Toad for 15 cents, and you can get 3 of them for 45 cents, which is a lot better than Max C, which is $75. So, but the only thing is, like, Max C has a different condition of activating it, whereas this one, it has to be discarded, so it's really situational compared to Max C, which is being main decked a lot right now. But definitely last format, if I had known this card was around, I would have definitely invested on getting 2 more and side decked them, because I'm poor. I can't get Max C. And so yeah, that's it. Just wanted to talk about these 2 cards. With Rock Stun, with that new Block Golem card, if that had come out just like a couple sets sooner, it would have made this card a lot more live in that Rock Stun deck in that last format. But I mean, these are things that people don't think about. Like, I had never even, it occurred to me for this card, like, I've had this card in my binder telling people about it, but that has really gained any popularity because it's really not that good unless you're going for big damage on your turn anyways. And this card, though, if I had known about this card, man, like that 6-month layover from the format before last until this format, it would have been a lot less rough for me. I wouldn't have been so against those wind-up loops. I wouldn't have been so against those Dark World matchups. So yeah, I just wanted to discuss those and how those could have affected last format. But I'm going to end it here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.